already have about 71 attendees.
Okay.
We had about 350 registrations, so 450 registrations, so we are just giving another 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, Jana Sab.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Nainan.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Today, I am not in a position, ma'am, to attend the entire thing because I am recovering from a surgery, actually.
Yeah, we came to know, sir. Please take it.
I'll be there because I cannot sit for a long. That's the problem with me.
Please take this. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll be here. Definitely, I'll be participating, but
yeah. Jana sir has gone somewhere. Shall we start? 10:50, we'll start. Four participants raised hand. चलो start करें. Start.
So, good morning, everyone. So, Agrinovate India Limited welcome you all to this webinar on innovation and technology in fisheries sector. Today, we are joined by our Honorable DDG Fisheries, our Honorable ADG IPNTM, directors of and reputed scientists from 6 ICR research institutions who will be sharing details about their technologies, activities, and insights into the fisheries sector. I also welcome all our attendees and request them for an active participation. They can text their questions in the chat box. Our moderators will address these questions and also share them with our speakers for further discussion. Now I request Dr. Sudha Mysore, CEO Agrinovate India, to take up the session.
Good morning, everyone. I welcome all of you to this Aquapreneurship program being organized by Agrinovate India Limited, a company of ICAR, for promoting technologies and entrepreneurship. As all of you know that we are doing extremely well in fisheries. In the global fisheries sector, we contribute about 6% of the global sector. In the last few years, our production has been 126 lakh tons, and this is about 7% growth in the last 4 years. And there is a huge potential for agripreneurship and starting various small scale or large scale programs. And realizing this potential, government also has been pumping a lot of money. And the Atmanirbhar Bharat program, Honorable Prime Minister has announced about more than 10,000 crores into this aquaculture sector. And what we have, Agri-Innovate being a phase of ICAR, we have the technologies that will take forward fishery sector, and we have entrepreneurs and small sectors, startups and students who are very much interested in understanding how this entire program or the aquaculture works. So we thought we should bring the seekers of technology and the providers of technology onto one platform and give them an opportunity to understand, and so the linkage will take place. That's why this webinar has been organized. And to help us take forward this is with us is the Honorable Deputy Director General Joy Krishna Janaji. I welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation to be with us. Dr. Jana, the Deputy Director General Fisheries Sciences, comes with more than 29 years of experience in different fields of freshwater aquaculture and conservation genetics. He has steered several programs in animal sciences in agriculture, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, and his expertise ranges from aquaculture, diversification, and genetics, intensive carp culture, and he has actually steered and shaped the entire fishery sector in agriculture, ICAR. Sir, it is our honor that you are with us, and I request you to kindly inaugurate this program and with your wisdoms, share your experience and wisdoms. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Most esteemed dignitaries present today, Dr. Sudha Mysore, CEO Agri-Innovate India, Dr. Sanjeev Saxena ji, Assistant Director General IPTM at the Council. I find our colleague directors, Dr. Ravi Shankar, Director CIFT. I do not know who else are who have joined. Only I could see a few pictures. And some of our colleagues I am able to see who has been leading from the front, from the different institute with regard to commercialization in the our Agri Incubation Center, resource persons, delegates, participants, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, sincere greetings to each one of you on my own behalf and on behalf of Indian Council of Agriculture Research from the Fisheries Science Division in particular. Dr. Sudha Mysore has spoken in brief, of course, about the sector or the expectations what we have at this point of time. She rightly told that how the sector has grown in last 70 years, an unparalleled growth, rather I would say, almost 20-fold increase from less than 1 million ton. Today we are talking of 14.2 million ton. And a consistent growth rate of about 6 to 7% last 4 decades, which has been unparalleled. And if you see the GDP contribution growth in last 5 years, 10.9%, and more precisely 10.88% in last 5 years, probably very few sectors may be able to contribute to the GVA growth as that of fisheries. But the expectations are also too large at this point of time, as you know, in the Prime Minister Matsya Sampada Yojana of the Union government, the expectations or the target they had set, a Herculean task, rather I would say 22 million ton, a huge task. But all of us know the potential what we have. If we are able to maintain the growth rate or accelerate to a little more extent, probably we will be able to reach that target, whatever has been set. One is setting target for next 5 years, but that should not be enough probably when we are talking of providing fish for all forever. That is what the slogan we have been giving, fish for all forever. And it is not just fish for all forever, it is the quality fish, it is the safe fish for all forever. That is what is the necessity of today. we know the technology, what we have, how we have grown, the expectations, as I told, expectations from the country, from the highest level, from Honorable Prime Minister has been speaking of doubling farmers' income, and everybody says probably without including animal science and fisheries, probably doubling may not be possible. That is what everybody realizes at this point of time. Beside this head target of the Sustainable Development Goal, all of us know by 2030, we need to see that everybody gets good nutrition. What if you see the first three goals, no poverty, no hunger, and well-being, and then the target number 14, also goal number 14 on sustainable use of our marine resources and all of us know all those things. We need not discuss all those in this particular time because we have been discussing this every now and then, every front. Today, at least last 1 year, with the because of the COVID, we have been joining through this virtual platform, and we have been speaking on all those every time. But today, probably the focus is how do we link with the stakeholders or entrepreneurs or build entrepreneurship. That is what is the major focus. We know maybe 20, 25 years back when we joined in the service even, we never thought of speaking something on commercialization, IPR and all. Dr. Saxena Saab definitely will vouch that. Maybe those days when you used to formulate project, maybe based on the necessity, we used to formulate the project. Once we complete the project or in the process of our project implementation, we used to publish our paper, whatever form it is, whether in the research paper or even trying to disseminate. Definitely, we try to disseminate through different means. We try to disseminate through training, maybe some of the technologies which can go to the farmers or field. We used to take demonstration through different programs, several of the developmental programs, or through state governments or through other means of communication. We used to disseminate the technology, and it was ending there itself. Not that products were not coming out, but it was going as usual process. But of late, we have been giving focus on definitely on IPR, on commercialization process, and so forth. And we have been successful to some extent, but probably the potential was too much, which we could not harness. We started with commercialization of some of the products, like for example, some of the feed, or some of the maybe products, nutraceutical, value-added product, and so forth. We try to do. But when we try, over these years, when I think the process of the IPR protection aspect was discussed, we try to list what are those things we can take, we can disseminate or commercialize. We identified several products and we have been successful. For example, I know here at least all of our fisheries institutes are there. For example, I started working in SIFA. In initial years, for about 18 years, I did work. So we know some of the products like SIFA X or SIFA X, what you called against the EUS, chemical formulation, or FRP hatcheries. Some of the feed formulation we could be able to commercialize. And recent past, some of the institutes like CIFRA, for example, different cage designs, and for example, CIFT, several of the products, value-added products from the low-value fish or fish waste, for example, chitin, chitosan, etc., or from the CMFRA, several of the nutraceuticals from the seaweed, from other shellfishes like mussels and all. We could have able to develop several nutritional and health products, for example, against anti-arthritis, anti-obesity, what you call hypertension, against hypertension, antioxidants, and maybe boosting product, and so forth. Several of these products we have been able to commercialize. But there have been several other products with us, probably we have not been able to take forward. For example, we have been working on the health aspects, except that of 2-3 products, bigger products, we have not been able to take few aspects. For example, diagnostics. Several of the diagnostics, most of our institutes have been working on the health products. Can I request Mr. Amit to, yeah. So several of the health product, as I told, diagnostic. I do understand the clients may not be too much when you talk about the sector of fisheries. Clients may not be much. But how do you do, whatever diagnostic we have developed, it must reach somewhere. Either we do produce and supply, or somebody else should produce. So how do you do that? I did discuss with also sometimes with some of, I think sectioners have also, I did discuss instead of diagnostic, if one diagnostic, if you try to commercialize, maybe 20,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, that much only you will get. No commercial company will be interested because at the end of a year, they may not get order for 10, 20 or more than that. So it may not be commercially viable for any of the entrepreneurs or industry to take those. So is it not possible for having expression and interest instead of a single diagnostic? We say if we have 20 diagnostic at a time, we give all 20 time club together and give that whoever is interested can take all 20 together. Maybe out of 20, maybe 5 will be, they will be able to sell little more number, others may not be that much. So probably some of these people may be interested. I do not know. I am not very sure, but this was only a wild idea I was thinking. Otherwise, many of the diagnostics, after working for so many years, it is dying down. After some years, if the scientist concern is transferred from that institute to other institute, and it will die down. So probably we need to think how do you protect that, and at some level of time, it need to go to the real entrepreneurs. Then coming to our Agri Incubation Center, I know our Agri Incubation Center, at least 3-4 institute, as I understand, CIFA, CIFT, CIBA, and CIFE, this 4 has been there over years, and they have been able to connect to the entrepreneurs or our stakeholders to a good extent. Probably initial years, we did not know how it will work, how much effective it would be, how much we'll be able to take our technology to the grassroots or to the entrepreneurs. Initial years, there was hesitation, there was definitely apprehension. But at this point of time, I'm sure that those apprehension is not there. All of us are confident that yes, Agri Incubation Center can work effectively, and this is one platform we have been able to connect to so many. I do understand several of our technologies. For example, we cannot commercialize. We do understand. For example, breeding technology. We talk of 60, 70 breeding and seed production technology of 70 species today with regard to food fishes. With regard to ornamental fishes, another 60, 70 ornamental fishes. Breeding technology has been available, and those has to go to the entrepreneurs level. But we don't talk of commercialization of those, but definitely we like to extend those technology to whoever are interested. May not be everything, but there are areas, for example, the technology like some of the brackish water species, whether it is sea bass or maybe milkfish or mullet, or in the marine sector, whether it is cobia, pompano, or grouper and snapper. Recently, we have been able to develop the breeding technology of snapper. Probably these few of the species need more of a hand-holding. More attention is necessary. This is not just training of 3 days or 5 days are not good enough. We need to have the stakeholders or entrepreneurs with us for some time. They need to be there in our farm, in our hatchery for a long time. Probably in this area, that is what we have been rightly doing. Some commercialization we are trying to do with maybe little amount of money asked for that, but this money is not definitely for profit. The effort we give, with regard to when we talk of agri incubation center, providing space, providing all other logistics, providing time and all, that cannot be commensurated. But definitely we wish also those who are really interested probably will be able to come with us, join with us, stay with us for some time, as much time is required. That is what I request also our colleagues from the institute to see that whatever best possible we need to do to handhold our entrepreneurs for some of the key technologies, breeding technology or farming technology. Today we will talk, not that when I talk of brackish-water and marine, I don't exclude freshwater fish, because calves are very easy nowadays. Anybody and everybody in the rural areas, they are able to breed calves. But some of the technologies definitely need little more handholding. For example, morels or some of the catfishes breeding and all, definitely we need to handhold. So I'm sure our institute will be ready to handhold people, whoever are interested, through our agri incubation center, or for a longer time, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, or through short-term training program. We have been trying to connect with this COVID time also. We have not been able to meet, or maybe physical training was difficult, but we have been able to be successful in developing some, I would say, module for 5 days, 7 days. As I understand, CIFAR recently 2-3 training program they conducted for pearl culture, freshwater pearl culture, through virtual means also, which was the feedback what I received was equally effective. I'm sure we need to experiment it also with more technologies also. Then coming to the others, friends, probably it is necessary for us, some of the technology, I gave example of diagnostics, but some other, I don't say that commercialization, but our technology should reach to others. People should know that we have such technology. For example, cell line bank we have at NBFGR. Cryopreservation protocol, we have maybe about 30 species cryopreservation protocol. At the end of the day, it need to reach somewhere. And entrepreneurship can be created also on this. And we have been able to demonstrate the use of cryopreservation protocol, how effectively it can be used in the commercialization process also. About 12, 13 hatcheries have been using the cryopreserved milk since, as I understand, since last 2 years, and NBFGR has been able to take it forward. So when I say taking the technology for a commercialization, it does not mean only the money. Money is one aspect, but at the end of the day, our major objective is to see that whatever technology we develop reaches to the stakeholders or at the ground level. That is what it is necessary. I know that there have been maybe another 2-3 minutes I will complete, because I think it is already time. Some of the issues, we know these issues. How do we tackle those issues are important. We have been discussing every now and then. And the issues may be different from one sector to other sector. The issues which are there in crop related or animal science related may not be the same issue, may be there in the case of fisheries or aquaculture and all. When we talk of the technology dissemination or commercialization and all. For example, all the time there has been an issue about the exclusive licensing vis-a-vis non-exclusive licensing. We definitely promote to have non-exclusive license. Definitely, we should not think for monopolization and all. But every technology we cannot weigh in the same balance. Definitely not. There are technology, if more than one comes, nobody will be able to have. So probably we need to think what are those technology which we still advocate for exclusive licensing. I know because of such issues. There are few technology we have not been able to extend. Then there are, I don't say the issues, there are sometimes we think whether we should go for one time, what do you call, taking money or commercialization, whatever, or with one time, whatever money plus royalty. There have been several, we know the issues. But again, we know when you talk of royalty and keeping track of that will be too difficult for us. A research institute, we do not have such mechanism to all the time keeping track with that. But we'll have also advantage in some places. At least we will be able to know how the market is behaving at this point. The technology which you have extended for some time, if you have royalty component, you will have at least track, okay, how the company or the entrepreneurs who has taken your technology has been able to extend your technology. So some maybe we need to, maybe we cannot have, as I told, we cannot weigh in the same balance. We need to again think, depending on the technology what we have, we need to have take a decision. Then one aspect is how much hand holding we should do and how much hand holding we are doing at this point of time. That is also equally important. When we do commercialize a product, we give to somebody, it is not that once we take a money, it is over for us. We need to see, as long as at least for initial 6 months, 1 year, we need to have a hand holding, even if it is necessary. I do not know. Quality assurance is one aspect. Second is even the technology which we have given to some entrepreneurs, they should be able to take it forward, and whatever help and guidance necessary from our side, we should be able to give. This is my personal, again, opinion. We should be, at least initial years, we should be able to handhold. And for not only facilitation, but also market penetration. We have been last maybe few months back, I had received 1 or 2 proposal from some institute and some company that they want to take their product to international market. So how do we help them? Or what are the, I do not know, what are those guidelines available with us? When we commercialized, it was only for the domestic front, definitely. But after some time, if the company or entrepreneurs are able to push our technology to the international front, I think we should be able to facilitate that. And it is for our benefit. Whether we get money, don't get money, how much we get, those are different things. But at least our product will reach to the international level. That is a big, that would be a big recognition of our capacity as a technology developer. So we should be able to push this. I know. For example, when we think a small about a commercialization of any product, we, as a scientist, we don't foresee what would be the market, but the entrepreneurs themselves take this product to the different front through their network and all. Then after some time, we realize this market is quite big. That time sometimes we repent, we think probably we undervalued our product, but many times our undervalue, it is not because of us, it is the entrepreneurs who take our technology forward. So probably it is necessary for us to give whatever support necessary from our side. And at this point of time, definitely our scientists are well versed about the IPR issues and all. So whatever project we are formulating at this point of time, at the beginning stage itself, we are concerned about the IPR issues, commercialization issues, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I don't intend to take time. I have taken more than time allotted to me. Thank you very much, Dr. Sudha, for giving me the opportunity to be here, but I cannot stay for a long time because I am in Bangalore today. I had a program for visiting at 9 o'clock to our institutes, our centers, but anyway, because of this, because network is very poor in our center, so I am stationed now at NINP to connect with, for connecting with you. And thanks for the opportunity. And I'm sure all of our institutes directors and all our partner in charge scientists of the institutes are there. They will be able to guide much, provide more input for the entrepreneurs who have joined. And we at the council, when I say we, it is the division, Fisheries Science Division, including Dr. Sanjay Saxena Saab. We consider him also as a part of ours, and Agri Innovate India, including Dr. Sudha Mysore and all her colleagues. I do not personally know every one of them, but definitely all of our support will be there for anything we like to take forward. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your beautifully explaining all the details about the technologies and the issues. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and assisting this session. Really thankful to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Moving on, I would like to now call upon Dr. Sanjeev Saxena. There is a lot of demand from the participants to speak in Hindi. So as far as possible, whoever can speak, it would be good if you can.
मैडम ये पहले मुझे बोलना चाहिए था. I could have थोड़ा बहुत तो बोल देते हैं हिंदी में.
बात कर रहे थे वहां से मैसेजेस आ रहे
ये तो मुझे पता नहीं था. ये तो मुझे पता नहीं था, नहीं तो थोड़ा मिक्स करके मैं बोल देता. संजीव सक्सेना साहब बोल देंगे डेफिनेटली हिंदी में. थैंक यू सो मच.
डॉक्टर संजीव सब जानते हैं कि हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट यहाँ ICAR में he is additional director general intellectual property and technology management unit. ICAR की जो ये सिस्टम है ये बहुत बढ़िया है. Almost we have 50 incubation centers operational throughout the various 110 units. The incubation facilities, how they help handholding and technology transfer. Sir, we only request you to say a few words on this program. Sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjeev.
धन्यवाद डॉक्टर सुधा. एग्री इनोवेट और का धन्यवाद है कि उन्होंने ये वेबिनार किया. सबसे पहले तो मैं डॉक्टर जना जो आज के चेयरमैन हैं उनको धन्यवाद करूंगा कि उन्होंने बड़े विस्तार से फिशरी सेक्टर के बारे में क्या क्या प्रावधान हैं और क्या क्या हम कर सकते हैं उनके बारे में विस्तार से बताया. उसमें मैं नहीं जाऊंगा, कुछ 2-4-6 छोटी मोटी बातें ही करूंगा. पहली चीज़ तो ये कि बड़ी खुशी हुई जब डॉक्टर जैना ने कहा कि डॉक्टर सक्सेना एंड सुधा, एग्री इनोवेट एंड IPTM आर ए पार्ट ऑफ द SMD सब्जेक्ट मैटर डिवीजन, विषय की जो हमारी फिशरीज यूनिट है. सर, this is going to be I think my last webinar in fisheries because I'll be superannuating. तो मेरा मानना ये है कि एक अगर मैं कहूँ कि अचीवमेंट है वो हमारे यूनिट का ये है कि ये चीज़ पहले बाहरी समझी जाती थी. इट वाज एक्सटर्नल टू द रिसर्च कि रिसर्च अलग काम है और ये सारे काम अलग हैं. इनको आत्मसात करने का काम अगर डिविजन्स में हुआ है वो एक बहुत बड़ी बात है. अब हमारे हर यूनिट, हर इंस्टीट्यूट इस चीज़ को ध्यान में रखता है कि क्या हमारे पास ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, क्या ऐसे प्रोसेस हैं, क्या ऐसी मशीन्स हैं जिनको कि हम लेकर जाएं आगे और उनका प्रोटेक्शन भी करें IPR में, अपनी ओनरशिप इस्टेब्लिश करें और उसके बाद उसको कमर्शलाइज करें. और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण कि किस तरीके से लोगों में एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप डेवलप करके लोगों की लाइवलीहुड में उसको सपोर्ट करने का प्रयास करें. तो ये एक बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है. हमारे पास आज की तारीख में कई सारे प्रावधान भी सरकार ने दिए हैं. आत्मनिर्भर भारत का जो एक प्रावधान है उसको अगर हम लोग सही तरीके से इस्तेमाल करें, फिशरीज़ का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट का डॉक्टर जना ने मेंशन किया, वो भी फंड्स हैं. तो उसको अगर हम सही तरीके से इस्तेमाल करें तो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं कि कुछ एक सालों में एक ऐसी फौज एंटरप्रेन्योर्स की खड़ी हो जाएगी जो इंडिया को, इट विल बी प्राइड फॉर इंडिया. लोगों को महसूस होगा कि हाँ कि जॉब गिवर्स हिंदुस्तान में ज़्यादा बढ़ रहे हैं और जॉब टेकर्स कम हो रहे हैं. हम लोगों ने जहाँ तक प्रयास किया है वो हर माध्यम से है. एक तो हमारे ABI हैं जो इंस्टीट्यूट्स में हैं जो नॉवल टेक्नोलॉजीज़ को जनरली हैंड होल्ड करते हैं, नई नवीनवेशन के साथ जो टेक्नोलॉजीज आती हैं, इनोवेशन के साथ, उनको मार्केट में आने में अधिक टाइम लगता है, क्योंकि उसकी एक्सेप्टेंस मार्केट में कई बार नहीं होती। आप समय से पहले कोई चीज़ आ जाती है। कोई दूसरा, उसका स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड प्रोसीजर्स नहीं होते हैं, आपको कस्टमर्स के रिएक्शंस का पता नहीं होता है। तो इसलिए ये ABI जो है, ये हमारे उसमें आपकी हेल्प करते हैं कि किस तरीके से आप एक बेहतर बिजनेस प्लान बनाएं, किस तरीके से आप मार्केट को अटैच करें और किस तरीके से आप अपने बिजनेस को आगे बढ़ाएं। हमारे यहाँ एजुकेशन डिवीजन की भी स्कीम्स हैं जो स्टूडेंट्स को, बिकॉज आई सी देयर करीब 123 पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, तो आई एम श्योर कि अलग अलग तरीके के होंगे। तो एजुकेशन डिवीजन भी इस चीज़ के ऊपर रावे और उन प्रोग्राम्स के तहत एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को बढ़ावा दे रहा है। हमारे KVKs एक बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, वो भी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं। तो ICR में विभिन्न माध्यम से अब ये रियलाइज्ड है कि हमें एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और न्यू वेंचर्स को क्रिएट करना है, और हमारे पास बहुत टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं, बहुत प्रोसेसेस हैं जिनको कि हम इसको आगे लेके जा सकते हैं। फिशरीज सेक्टर हमारा जो है, फिशरीज इंस्टीट्यूट, ये हमेशा सबसे अग्रणी रहे हैं, और मुझे कोई झिझक नहीं है ये कहने में कि सबसे अग्रणी जो इंस्टीट्यूट्स रहे हैं उनमें फिशरीज के इंस्टीट्यूट्स आते हैं। और इससे ज़्यादा मैं अब नहीं कहता। लेट अस लिसन टू पीपल, लोग क्या कहना चाहते हैं, हमें उसके बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी लेने की आवश्यकता है। हमारे सारे इंस्टीट्यूट्स यहाँ पर हैं। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी कि वो यहाँ पर हैं और लोगों के साथ डायरेक्ट इंटरेक्ट करके लोगों को एग्जैक्ट हैंड होल्डिंग जिसे कहते हैं ना, हाथ पकड़ना, हाथ पकड़ के दिशा दिखाना, वो वाला काम ज़रूर करेंगे। विद दिस आई थैंक एवरीबडी। थैंक यू डॉक्टर सुधा, थैंक यू डॉक्टर रवि Shankar, I can see. Thank you. And other directors also, if they are there. And we are having another thing, I'll take this opportunity.